Hello again, everybody. It's Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at the I Heart Horror Convention Part 3 in Sayreville, New Jersey. I'm having a blast today, hanging out with some old friends and some new friends, all for a good cause. We're here to support the Deborah Heart and Lung Foundation today. And as part of the event, I'm standing here with one of our author guests and a friend of mine, Mr. Brian DuBois. Brian, how are you?
I'm awesome. How you doing? I love seeing you. I love doing these things. You're my most handsome friend.
Oh, wow. Thank you. And yes, I am, by the way. I agree with that. And you are a good-looking fella yourself.
You know what? I tried. I took a shower. I was going to wear a belly shirt and hot pants today, but my wife said, hey, go with the flannel.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I will threaten you every damn day.
All right. All right, stop the camera.
We'll be right back.
Anyway, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm having a blast. I love showing people my books. I love talking all things horror with everybody, and what better venue than this?
Absolutely, man. And, you know, I was talking to some friends downstairs, and especially at smaller shows like this, it really does feel like a family.
It's definitely a community.
I see you guys all the time, and I'm like, oh, man, I haven't seen you in a minute, or whatever.
And that's nice, knowing that, you can call somebody over and be like, hey, what's up, what's going on, and we can throw ideas around back and forth between one another, and it really is a community, and it's fun.
Absolutely. So you're clutching this for dear life. So is this a new book?
This is one of my newer ones. This is the first graphic novel I've ever tried to undertake, and I'm probably not going to do one again anytime soon because it really ate my soul in half. But it turned out good.
Whoa. You have no soul.
Well, that's what was left of it. I mean, look at this. So, wow. I mean, just the whole idea, it's put together as a podcast transcript where I am the podcaster, and I've invited an active serial killer onto the show, and I interview him month by month, and I'm just too stupid to realize that he's taken over the show, and I'm doing what he wants me to do at that point.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it really is. It was so much fun to write. There is a Facebook group called Books of Horror, and they kind of put the original idea into my head with a serial killer note to guests and club members, and then I just ran with it. And, you get that itch in the back of your head. You got to scratch it, and this is what popped out.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I'm proud of it.
Nice. So, following in those lines, why do you think that people have such a fascination with serial killers and mass murderers? Because they're murderers.
It's true.
And yet it's a huge thing.
It is a huge thing, and I think it's because it's so far removed from the norm. As used to it as we are, and as much as we see it in the media, it's so far removed from the norm that we can't believe that there are people who think and act and react that way. And these are the origin stories we're looking for now, over and above the superheroes. What created these serial killers, and I give that in this book.
All right. So without giving anything away, was it based on anyone in particular?
Just somebody I wish I knew.
Okay. He means me.
Always.
So, what else are you working on these days?
Let me tell you something. Because I know you know me very well. I've got my occult series, Riding the Finger and the Perverse Misadventures of Grampy Shovelbuddy. The third one in the series just came out. It's available on Amazon. I don't have physical copies yet. That's what I'm waiting to get my hands on. And I've also just released my first nonfiction title, which is all about it's the memoirs, the memories, the insights of me having a haunted attraction for 20 years. So I put it all down into a book with tons of pictures, and it actually coincides with a seminar that I'm going to be giving in May at Widener University.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited that I'm kind of branching out into that nonfiction role too.
All right. So one final question ties into something you just said about having a haunted attraction. All these haunts continue to grow in popularity. I know so many people who are haunt actors or makeup artists or whatever. Why do you think, what is it that makes people like to be scared? Like, why do people go to haunted attractions?
It's escapism. It's safe fear. Because there's so much to be afraid of out there in the world nowadays. But this is a safe fear because when you get to that exit door, it's over. You're free. You're safe. You had a good time in the meantime. So that's what I think the biggest attraction is. You can go, you can let off that steam, you can scream, you can be afraid, you can allow yourself to be afraid, but it's safe because it's all going to come to an end.
What is your, I'm going to steal something that my daughter said yesterday. What's your opinion on like these edgelords that go to these attractions and act like there's nothing that can scare me, man? I'm so cool.
I make them cry.
Yeah.
No, I'm not impressed at all. I see it every year. I saw it every year for 20 years. They come in walking in, and they got their swagger, and they nothing's going to scare them until something scares them, and then it's terrifying, and they'll fall to the ground, and we have to stop everything, turn the lights on, escort them up and out, and then suddenly, after they leave that exit door, they're big and bad again.
Right.
Nothing scares them again.
I love it.
I do. I laugh at that all the time, but even more, what's funnier than that is the little middle school fellas that nothing ever scares them until they run screaming. And they'll admit it at the end, though, that they got scared.
Sure.
That's the biggest fun.
Sure. To me, that just robs all the fun out of it. Like I like watching horror movies. There's a lot of guys that are like that. Like nothing scares me anymore. I go to a horror movie. I want to be scared.
I want to be scared,
right?
yeah. And my son will make fun of me. He's like, "You jumped." I was like, "Good.
Yes!
They did their job. Thank you."
Exactly.
My biggest fear when I was running the haunted attraction was that person that came walking out at the end, straight-faced, totally deadpan, just nothing. And at that point, I was like, I didn't scare him at all. I was like, I feel like I got to give him his money back. I feel like I got to apologize to him. But then I would walk up and I would say, what did we do wrong? And those are the people that were like, you did everything right. These are your professional haunt goers. They go to every single haunted attraction, haunted walkthrough, hayride they find. And so they're so used to everything. They could tell me where I bought my props from and got my ideas from. But they're also the ones who said, this was awesome. I had a great time. Those were my best critics.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, Brian, before I let you go, any final words to the fans out there? Tell them how they can find you and
come
and get your books.
Find me. Boop. You can come and find me at my webpage, www.brianduboisauthor.com. All my stuff is available there, physical copies signed, or you can find me on Amazon. Brian DuBois. Check me out. I look better every day.
Yes.
He does. Brian, thanks again, my friend, for
always
a few minutes
pleasure
of your time. It's always great to see you, and I love your stuff, and I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you. You're my biggest hero.
All right. Brian DuBois, everybody, here at I Heart Horror, Part 3 in Sayreville, New Jersey. Todd Strouch, the Horror Nerd, signing off. We'll see all of you in the next interview.